back to the Diabetic Diet Show. In today's show, we're going to cook a garlic caper chicken. This is show number 200. We're celebrating. It's harvest time in North America. This meal could be used for the holidays, or it could be used in middle of summer on the 4th of July. Probably doesn't much matter, but this is a really good meal, and I can't wait to share it with you. Let's start out with the ingredients. So the first thing that we need is our garlic. So we're going to use garlic, and we're also going to use boneless chicken breasts. And honestly, you could probably use any chicken that you want for this. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to use a couple of tablespoons. That would be 2 tablespoons of a cream franchise, or you could use any kind of sour cream or any kind of cream that you want. That's what that is. Next, we're going to need some pasta. We need a couple of handfuls. I do a handful per person. Next, you want to do capers. Capers are a little salty, so go easy on the capers. I'm only going to do a tablespoon of the capers. Next, we're going to do 1/4 of a cup of grated Parmesan cheese. Now, you could use the store-bought. Beware, it could be a little salty. You could grind your own. You could use probably Pecco Romano if you have that in place of the Parmesan cheese. Next, we need a zucchini. And then we're going to need some butter, a couple of tablespoons of butter. And we're going to need some Italian seasoning. Just comes in this container. It's probably basil, oregano, salt, pepper, garlic, salt, pepper, garlic powder, I would presume. You could read the ingredients on it. Also, don't forget, if you really want all the details on what goes into the meal and what the measurements are, you don't have to write them down now. Just go to my website, which is jamestdds.blogspot.com. And while you're there, in the lower right-hand corner, also, too, don't forget to click on the subscribe button so you can see my other videos. Got 100 other videos. And then also hit the bell so when I drop a new video, you'll get notified. So let's get started by starting the pasta and the water. So that usually takes the longest. So I just have a pan here, and all I do is I just put water in the pan, and then I have my pasta basket. Then I just put the pasta in, 1 handful per person. I like to use this type of pasta noodle. It has the pigtail curly cues on it. It holds the sauce in those spirals that are on it. So all I do is I'm just going to put a handful of each of the pasta in as soon as the water starts to boil. When the pasta water starts to boil, go ahead and add in some salt. But not till then, because they say it could pit your pan. So just some salt like that. This is the only chance you get to salt the pasta, so you might as well put it in now. While that's working, we need to cut up our zucchini and our garlic. So I knock the end off the zucchini on both ends, just like that. Then I take, and where I have like a big piece here of zucchini, I stand it up and I cut it nice and slow twice, just like I would if it was a cucumber. Then the smaller one, I'm only going to cut it once, just like that. Then when it's laying down, I'll cut it another time. Okay, probably should move the tall things off to the side here. I have the ingredients all set and ready for us, so let's just go ahead and cut up the zucchini really fast. That's all cut up. Garlic now. As usual with the garlic, try to find a flat spot, lay it down so it doesn't roll on you. Spin it around, cut the other end off. Once you get the ends cut, you can pull a little bit of the paper off. Don't throw away your good garlic. You'll be looking for it in a minute. Then you just take your garlic container, put your garlic in it like this, put your lid on it, shake it, any paper that's there, it'll come right off. Really works well. If you saw my video I did the other day of the hard-boiled egg, it's amazing how when you shake it in something like a olive jar, it comes right out of the shell. I couldn't believe it. I was amazed. I know people say certain things work, but they don't always work. And that worked really, really well. You know, just like they're advertising this new can opener thing that unrolls the seam instead of cutting it, and you can reuse the lid and stuff. I had to order one of those. I don't work for them. I don't get paid by them. They're not going to pay me or give me one for free. They don't even know I'm alive. But I had to order one. There we go. I need to put the pasta in the boiling water. So for two of us, I'm going to do 2 fairly good sized hands of pasta in my basket. The rest I put in a Ziploc bag. The box doesn't come with a bag, so I dump the box in here. Try to keep it fresh. That has to cook for about 8 minutes. The next thing I need to do is to cut up my capers. So I just take them, slowly dump them out here. Just finely chop them like this. Once again, remember capers are salty, so don't really use more than what the measurement says at my website, jamestdds.blogspot.com is the ingredients and measurements. Take your oil, put some turns in the pan of oil. So now let's put the ingredients together. I grab my scraper and I start out with my zucchini in my oiled pan. Careful it don't splash on you. I have my capers with it. And then just grab a spoon of some sort, whether it's a wooden spoon or plastic. I'm still kind of into the plastic spoons from the days when things would scratch our pans, even though these are supposed to be the new pans that don't scratch. Now what I'm doing is, like most things, this table is not exactly level, and the oil is over on one side. So I'm just being observant about that, and I'm rolling my zucchini in the oil. You want to get your zucchini all oiled up, and your capers. Then I like to push all my food over to one side where it's all nearby each other, and then start putting some ingredients in. And if you sprinkle, you'll get it on all of what's there. Just a little bit of this, and I'll put the rest on top. Okay. Grab a spoon, spatula. This can just be a sour cream or Greek yogurt. Could be a cream cheese, which reminds me, put the extra back in the refrigerator. It's kind of warm in here with all the lights and stuff, so I try to keep cold things in the refrigerator. I'm kind of strong with that. This is my butter. I'm just going to let that go out into the middle of the pan where, on most pans it would be the hottest. I don't know that it is on this pan because they say that these new pans heat equally. When they press them with the aluminum, they attach a stainless steel, looks like a dish, to the bottom of them. And then that stainless steel radiates the heat equally across the bottom of the pan. I think the problem with our old pans, and I've been cooking for 42 years, because I'm 60, in case you didn't know. The old Farberware pans, one of the big problems with them was that the center got hot and the outside edges did not. So when I cooked, I never cooked in the middle of the pan. I always did this trick, like this right here, where I had the food on the outside edge of the pan and I left the center empty. I don't think we have to do that with these new pans today, if you've updated your pans. Now this is zucchini, so it takes a few minutes. I would cook it for about 8 or 10 minutes, get it all nice and soft. And then we'll put the chicken in. Here, the pasta is done cooking now. So what I do is I take my basket out of here with my pasta, and you always reserve a cup of water, and it's helpful when your girlfriend gives you a cup, because then this is your favorite cup. And the cup of water that you reserve for your pasta, I just pour this in here slowly like this, just to keep the pasta warm, and then I can go ahead and pitch this water. The chicken has been cooking and it smells really good. I always say that open the lid away from you, and you can tell when stuff is done when you can smell it. So just stick your thermometer in there, make sure it's at least 165, and it is. Looks really good. I think I'll just go ahead and do a little quick stir while I'm here. You have to cook this on medium to medium low. Don't try cooking this on medium to medium high with zucchini in there, because zucchini is an open cell. The zucchini can get overcooked, is what I'm trying to say. So I'll put the lid on here and just let that sit with the burner off. The pasta's sitting here staying warm in some water. While that's resting, like all meat, you have to let it rest so that the fibers that opened up during the cooking will relink themselves back together again. Let's go ahead and do an avocado for a little bit of a treat. I just run my knife on it like that. I got lucky, the center nut popped out. That's a good thing. And then I'm going to do an orange. And for the orange, I just cut it in half so that it's safe to cut. And then I'm just going to knock off the two ends. And then I can slice down. Now sometimes I would pour white wine in this. Other times I would just throw some orange in there. Orange will give it a little bit of a flavor. And then for the zucchini, if you're real careful and you use a rubber spatula like this, you can scoot right around the edge, and if there's any bad part at the front or the back, just avoid it. There it goes, it's sitting in there loosely. Just like that. There we go. Now, to start plating things up, we very simply take our dish and some noodles, put your noodles on the dish, get them all arranged around the outside just like that. And you can put your avocado on here, just like that. You can put some salt and pepper on your avocado if you wish. This is for another person, so I'm not going to salt their dish. And the oranges, we put the oranges on like this. Then pull off your lid very carefully. I can smell the orange in the pan. It smells really good. Let's kind of stir things up here just a little bit. Chicken in the middle. And some zucchini and stuff. Leave the orange in the pan. Just separate that. Just like that. You know, there's just two of us today, so if you're cooking for a lot of people, you want to make a lot more than I did here. But this is going to be a fantastic tasting meal. I cannot describe to you how good this smells right now. And then if you're a cheese person and you want to put the cheese on, put some cheese on now. Okay, this is for a non-cheese person here at the moment. So that's the meal. I hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks for watching. Come back and join us again soon. Goodbye for now.